Hello, morning to some, evening to some, hello to all. I am Carcino, for those who don't know, from Carcino for Life, saying if you want to donate to the page, hit up the Cash App, Carcino on the Cash App. Or click the link in the description box and hit the Stream Lab and leave me a message, as most of you have done. I'm seeing they're not going to send out that many notifications for this video, and I get it. I get it. Everybody has been asking my opinion on Adam Silver talking about the NBA and why certain things haven't been happening the way they should have been happening, as far as Adam Silver talking about the ratings and everything that's happening there. Why is he doing this? This doesn't make any sense. Why would he come out and start making these statements about the NBA ratings just now? This doesn't make any sense. Well, let me tell you what do make sense and why Adam was saying what he was saying. Everyone is talking about without LeBron James, the ratings are down. You know, all the LeBron James apologists are like, yeah, see, LeBron. Nobody wants to say it without LeBron. What he actually said, and let's go over what he actually said. He said 50% of television households in this country are in the Eastern time zone. And if you're in the West Coast, games start at like 10:30 at night in the East, which is true. And you're going to lose a lot of viewership around 11 to 11:30. You can just chart it, and you'll see many television households turn off around 11:15, 11:30 at night, just because they have to get up to go to work in the morning. And it's just something that they got to address, and they've talked about it, which I've spoken about it plenty of times before, because my family's in Florida, so they're the victims of this. Me, I'm in the central time zone, but my family, they're in the eastern time zone, Florida, so they're affected. And they said that it'll be less convenient to those fans on the West Coast because they have to think about those guys who get off work for traffic. They don't want to have people coming to the game in the middle of traffic. So it's not as convenient for television watchers on the West Coast either. But when you look at the league from a national standpoint, it makes sense to play the games a little bit earlier in the West. So that's what they're going to talk about in the summer. Now, as it came down to these are the reasons the viewerships are down. LeBron James fans, adamantly kind of omitted that fact. And then here's something else they chose to omit, saying the NBA ratings were down this season, so the league is definitely looking for ways to increase viewership. One of the biggest factors in ratings being down could be attributed to the fact that LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers to sign with the Lakers. Face it, LeBron is one of the biggest stars in the world, and he also played in the East. And so the reason I look a little bit look a little bit tired is that our games are in the West and they're late at night. And I recognize most people choose to go to sleep at a reasonable time. And so, from a rating standpoint, not having LeBron in the playoffs, not having him in the East has clearly impacted the rating. So they wanted to know, what is my statement on this? My statement is this: Adam Silver is 100% correct. That is a true assessment as to what is going on here. Because LeBron James isn't in the East, people are not watching a lot of LeBron James games on the East Coast because they come on too late. So during the season, even though he was on the Lakers, the ratings were down. But not just LeBron, a lot of their stars went from the East to the West, meaning the people they promoted. Had they been promoting Giannis, a lot of people would have been watching Milwaukee Bucks games, but they weren't promoting Giannis until this season. Had they been promoting him 2 years ago when he was making his rise, then this wouldn't be happening. You would have had some people in the East that you actually put some of your marketing dollars behind. But when you promote just LeBron James, these are the problems that you face when there is no LeBron James. And for the rest of the people out there who just still don't get it, well, let me break it down to you again in a simpler term. If you poison a water supply, you have to run the water and run the poison out and let the water run for a while before it comes back to normal. Meaning that, of course, the ratings are going to be down because all of the casual fans that watch the game only knows LeBron James. So they see LeBron versus the Warriors. This must mean this is a big game. But if it comes on in their sleep, then they're not going to pay any attention. They don't know anything about the other players in the East. They don't know about Kawhi Leonard. They don't know about the Milwaukee Bucks because you didn't promote any of them. Tell me, what Kawhi Leonard commercial have you seen? What Toronto Raptors commercials have you seen? Everybody they promote is in the West. How many times I got to see that 40-year-old Chris Paul in those damn State Farm commercials with James Harden? Giannis just started to get commercials, like right after the All-Star break. The biggest star they had in the East was Kyrie Irving. And I've seen him in one commercial, and the NBA do not promote him at all without attaching him to LeBron James. Well, while them going there and Jimmy Butler going over there to Philly, making Joel Embiid the biggest superstar and trying to build him up has helped the NBA in finding a team that they can get behind the market, but they're not that damn good. So therefore, you're stuck in a situation where you're trying to market this team, but you really can't. They wanted the 76ers to go. The 76ers just couldn't get there. You know how big this Eastern Conference Finals would be had Philly been there? But now we're seeing a better series with Toronto and Milwaukee. So of course, if you put the marketing dollars that you guys have put into LeBron James, you guys made him into a big star. He's Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan can get back in there right now and sell out an arena. He's Hulk Hogan, the return of Hulk Hogan. But it's about 70,000 people better than Hulk Hogan that you didn't promote and market. So this doesn't mean LeBron's great. It just means that they didn't promote anybody else. What's good, Mr. Bailey? Don't forget, man, to support the page. Make sure you click the link in the description box and donate to the page and leave some suggestions of some videos you want to see. So therefore we go live, or hit up the Cash App. You know I'm Carcino on the Cash App. So yeah, we took it down because a lot of people didn't get their notification. Buddha. I mean, that's why we really didn't go live yesterday. Nobody was donating to the page. I'm like, okay, well then they don't want me to go live. So all right, I won't go live. And shouts out to Knicks Fans TV. Knicks Fans TV, they got their YouTube page and they do their live chats and they talk about the Knicks games a lot. Shout them out. So do you agree with Adam Silver? Because he is absolutely correct. The West Coast games do come on too late. Even for Central Time, it's too late. These games be over at midnight out here. It's 1 in the morning. The games are out in the East. And imagine if that game goes to overtime. So you got a lot of decisions to make right from the jump. Now they know because they've done it before. They've played West playoff games earlier, at least an hour earlier. Nobody asking for something dramatic. Just make it an hour earlier. That's it. People will find ways to get to the game. But I'm not saying you got to make it 6 p.m. Let's say if they do 6 p.m., they're going to basically have to do 6 p.m. Do it at 6. That's like 8 Eastern time. That's perfect. They was like, but we don't want that to clash with the West Coast traffic. Believe me, people will find a way to get to the damn game. But what you want is that game taking place so that you can get those dollars on the East Coast. People are going to bed at 11:15, 11:30 at night. You are absolutely correct. And some are going to bed even earlier than that on the East Coast because they got to get up 5, 6 in the morning. So you're going to lose a lot of viewership within that time frame. And the NBA knows it. I've been knowing it for years. It's been happening. Wow, that closet's organized. No, see, messing with the format isn't the way to get things back. And yes, he's right. Adding LeBron to the West screwed up the ratings. So people are like, yeah, LeBron ain't in the playoffs, so the playoffs dropped. No, LeBron was in the West. He played all season, and the ratings dropped. Nobody was staying up to see his old butt. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. It comes down to location, location, location. The ratings were down all season long because they were not promoting the game. One, two, a lot of the games weren't exciting, and a lot of people don't know who these players are because they don't know how to market. See, Adam Silver, now he's learning. Didn't I tell you he was gonna learn? He came in and made all the they re-signed Adam Silver to be the commissioner because he was making a lot of the owners money. And the reason why is because he came in the boom of apps and all of this new tech development that was coming out as new avenues to get the game to people. YouTube, doing a deal with YouTube and all these other platforms. Something that came after David Stern was really leaving. These opportunities come up with YouTube TV and all these different situations. Now, now you're in a situation. Now you're in an outlook where you're going to bring in all this new revenue. They're like, man, he's a great Adam Silver's great. And he's good at that aspect of expanding. But when you expand too far, too fast, you make the core very thin. And when you start expanding too much out and don't do it gradually, and you just go way out quick, you leave and you forget and neglect the core. And the core is the actual play that is on the damn court. You neglected the game. Something David Stern never did. Why? Because David Stern understood basketball. You don't. That's the difference between you and Stern. He understood the game of basketball. You just there for the games. You're a corporate guy. You at the games, you don't know how the game is played. And you've been at the damn game. You don't really care. You care about the event. And therefore, when someone brings suggestions about changes that need to happen on the court, you just go along with it. Well, LeBron must know. Yeah, let's just make Team LeBron versus Team Curry. That'll get ratings up. Oh, people love Curry and LeBron. Well, you know what? You got a hell of a lot more players in the NBA than Steph Curry and LeBron James. And the fact that you don't know that and you don't promote that is the fact of the reason that you're in the jam now that you're in. Because I told you, Adam, this was coming. Now he's going to start tampering with rules and playoff structures. He's going to alter the history of the game of basketball. What good would the NBA finals be anymore if you make tournaments with inside of the NBA season? Like we're going to have a mid-season tournament. Then what the hell is the finals for? What is the purpose? He's going to do every little thing to alter history to try to boost ratings because he has no idea of what he's doing and he's going to ruin the game of basketball. I told you, didn't believe me. And time is the best teacher. This guy's going to change all the rules and the facts of the game. All those stats you love, might as well throw them out the window because they don't mean any damn thing. because you can't be comparing stats from this type of era to the legends of the game who played when it was real. Now you playing this disco arcade basketball. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Give him time. Quote me on this. He will start making tournaments inside of the NBA season. The 3-point shot was added to the game to keep white people in it. That is the truth. See, they're never gonna tell you that. But this is the reason why the 3-point shot was included into the game. That's the hard truth that you guys know nothing about. There was too many black people on the court slam dunking the basketball, and the white guys were the only guys that could shoot. But if they're all getting 2 points, what's the difference? So they added and made it you get 3 points from shooting out there. So you wanted a guy that could shoot threes because you would rather take three than two, right? Think about it. How many of these white point guards would be out of the league right now if it wasn't for the 3-point shot? That's the hard facts and the truth. If it wasn't for the 3-point line, this game would be predominantly all black. But what happened was blacks learned how to shoot threes. Something they didn't think we were capable of doing for some reason. Like blacks love to dunk and go up. Did you know that the NBA used to have a non dunking rule? You weren't allowed to dunk the ball for a while. Then they changed that. Then you couldn't dunk in college. You couldn't dunk. They anything that would take and make it a balance, they would do. Then in the late '90s, since brothers were shooting threes, they was just like, man, the brothers are shooting threes just better than the white boy. You were having all black teams. It'd be all black players in the finals versus all black players on the East and West. There was basically maybe one or two white guys on a team. So to change this outlook, they start incorporating more European players and bringing them in the game. They changed the game, took away the post game because most white players weren't playing in the post. They eliminated the post play. They made the game more Euro, where everything's just running and shooting three, opening the lanes up. Now we're playing Euro ball. We took the European rules and put them in the modern day NBA. So now the European players can transition into this game where it's not as physical. No defense, really. That's why we were able to dominate them when the Dream Team played the European team. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. See, the ratings are going down because people are getting tired watching the same format. This man, since he has been commissioner, since he's been commissioner, has had Cleveland playing Golden State in the NBA Finals. Every year he's been the commissioner. This is the first year that Golden State has been in the finals ever since he's been the commissioner. Now, this is the first time Cleveland and LeBron James hadn't been in the finals. Let that sink in. First time in 8 years there's no LeBron in the finals. Because you've been promoting this bum and making people believe he's that good, putting him in all your commercials and letting him go on social media and do the stuff he's been doing to keep his clown face out there, tap dancing, soft shoeing. Right. That's how Ginobili was able to come through and have an insurgence here. The Euro step. That's what they named that. Because that used no one donated to this video. Let me see. They might have. Nope, nobody's hit up the Cash App. I gotta check the Streamlab and see if they did. Nope, nobody's donated. That is weird. Thanks for pointing that out, Mr. Ship. Oh, I'm the biggest LeBron James fan, Mr. Matthew. I'm a big fan of this. Man, it's 8:30. Cool. Now, I told you the ratings were gonna drop. And they're gonna be like, it's because of LeBron. LeBron played for the Los Angeles Lakers, the biggest news of the year, and the ratings dropped because no one was watching those games all the way through. Because, like he said, on the East Coast, it don't care if you brought Muhammad Ali out there, rest in peace. You could bring Bernard King them out there. People got to go to bed. If the games come on late and you moved all the Eastern stars over to the West, all the people you've been promoting have now went to the West. Who else was in the East? You didn't promote any damn body. And you putting these damn State Farm commercials on. You promote Dame Lillard. You promote Russell Westbrook. You promote all the players in the damn West. The only person you promoted on the East was Kyrie damn Irving in one commercial. You didn't even promote him without attaching him to LeBron. Joel Embiid, you didn't promote him until damn near halfway into the season. Giannis, no promotion, no commercials to after the All-Star break. What are you doing? What are you doing? Your marketing plan is what sucks. Your marketing plan is what's the reason why your ratings are down. Who the hell are they staying up late to see on the East Coast? They ain't gonna stay up on to watch your Western All Stars. They're on the East. They can give a damn. Yeah, Giannis has a commercial now, that Hulu, and that commercial where he's dunking on that one guy, but you ain't seen that until like after the All Star break. Cause I remember I got hit up. My boy was, yo, man, Giannis got a commercial. All right. You should have been promoting Giannis 2 years ago. Has anybody ever been promoted on the Raptors? Yet they stay in the top teams, period. Now, let's take a look what happened when David Stern was there. Let's look at the East. Was the East promoted? They had Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, all of them. We knew all of them. They promoted the hell out of them. You knew every player, even the Knicks when they were losing. You knew who was on the damn team. They promoted Alonzo Mourning. They promoted T-Mac before he left when he was in Orlando. Dwight Howard was promoted. Had the Superman cape on, throwing the ball down. You knew these guys. Derrick Rose from the Bulls. You knew these guys on the East. The big three Celtics, the bad boy reinsurgents, Rip and Chauncey Billups. You knew these guys on the East. They were promoted. And you got all this platform now to promote all day long on social media. And you're failing, Adam Silver. You are failing to promote your talent because you got your head stuck up the marketing dollars of LeBron James. And you've been promoting just him. And the same problem that's happening to you is happening to Vince McMahon in the WWE. It's the same thing that happened to him and why WWE fell off the planet. And it had to be revived years later. It took them years to recoup. Years to recoup what they lost. It's not hating, Adrian. It's called the truth. It's the truth serum. I'm injecting it in your arm. Get your fix. Now, this is what you need to hear because this is true. The NBA is heading for a downfall. That's why they're panicking. They're going to start doing all these little things on the side to try to get people interested. They're praying for Zion. They need Zion. They need that next LeBron because this bum is leaving. And they put all their marketing dollars into them. What happened when they had Macho Man, Hulk Hogan? They promoted those two wrestlers to death. And all the other wrestlers they didn't really promote. But Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan left. Macho Man got hurt. Everybody else was suspended and gone. Now you had no backbone. You had no federation. Then where were you at? And because this commissioner has no backbone and don't know how to lay down the law, everybody else got to suffer. Oh, they thought they were going to try to make the Ultimate Warrior that. But when you put your promotion in so many eggs in a few baskets and everybody else is just ancillary, those ancillary players and the wrestlers were really making your industry. But when you want to do everything Hogan's way, Hogan couldn't lose. Hogan had to keep the belt. Hogan had to be on top. And for all those years, you reap the benefits. Then what's going to happen when Hogan's gone? You have nothing in place. You thought it was going to be the Ultimate Warrior. Then you end up having to run back to Hogan. We got to get back Hogan. We're panicking. And that's what he's going to do now. We got to get back to LeBron. And that's only going to work for what? 2 more years? He ain't got it no more, champ. You're going to need a new guy. Meanwhile, you neglect people like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, all these guys who are players. We got to tear down Kevin Durant because he's better than LeBron. LeBron can't have that. But he can't be seen saying it. No. He got to press the button and let his marketing team sabotage Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant get hurt. Oh, what a weak move by Kevin Durant. If they win without Kevin Durant, that means Kevin Durant is just terrible. Kevin Durant wins the championship, hits the game. He's proven he's one of the best players on the planet. But look, he went to a 73-19. So how good really is Kevin Durant? This will affect his legacy. I mean, Kevin Durant could retire right damn now today and say, screw you, screw you, screw you, screw you, and screw you. He's first ballot Hall of Fame. He never has to touch a basketball again. Kevin Durant is first ballot Hall of Fame. So what the hell are you talking about? His hurting his legacy. Nothing, his legacy is cemented, already in stone. He can do no more to it. He's 10 times the player that bum is from Akron. The only thing LeBron has over Kevin Durant, he's a better game manager. Kevin Durant is not a game manager at all. He's John Wick. When you absolutely need the hit, you call up the number of John Wick. Okay? He don't need the free throw line. He ain't got to depend on getting 1,000 calls. He could put the ball in the basket better than anybody out there. He can do it from the post. He can do it from the top of the key. He can go from the free throw line. There's nothing he can do. He can't do on the court. And he's like damn near 7 feet. He's a freak of nature. For him to be his size and doing what he's doing, you can't. You could put that anywhere. He could have came right out of high school. Kevin Durant has been playing the same way since high school and destroying. Do you understand? He was destroying in high school. He was destroying in Texas. He was destroying the court. There was none. He is a scoring machine. When he was in Seattle, he gonna put the ball in the basket. You ain't have to worry. What they say, he too skinny. He ain't gonna make it. And I thought, like, yeah, he too skinny. They gonna have to bulk him up like they did Dwight Howard. He ain't really bulk up that much. He gained some weight, but he ain't really bulk up that much. But he's putting the ball in the basket. And there's no replacement for that. He can shoot over anybody. And it hurts people to say he's better than LeBron, but he's better than LeBron. LeBron's just all athleticism. This is skill. This is skills. He got the skills. KD don't have any handles, but I don't see him getting ripped up that much. I tell you that much. You know somebody they said didn't have handles? Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller don't got no handle. He just shoot off picks. I don't see people stealing the ball from him that much. For somebody that didn't have handles, they said the same thing about me. You ain't got no handles. Nobody really get the ball from me. So I ain't getting ripped up out there. I can't remember hardly ever really getting ripped. I can get my shot off. So if I can get my shot off and I'm not getting ripped, I'm handling the ball just fine. I don't do the new school crossover. New school crossover make it easy for people to steal the ball from you. Allen Iverson brought that into the game. The high cross, and bringing the ball across. When you do it that way, all somebody got to do is get their hand in the middle of the passing lane, and they could just hit the ball if they knew how to defend it. See, back in the 90s, that was the first time they ever seen that because that used to be carrying. So a lot of the NBA players couldn't adjust to it. That was a playground move they just allowed. That high cross AI used to do. And by AI, it works for him because Allen Iverson has gigantic hands. So when you do that, he got long, freakish arms and gigantic hands. So when he does the cross, boom, he can easily catch it. For another person to try to do it, it don't work that same. And when you try to bring it across, you say you donated to Streamlab this morning. Let me let me see, Sean. It's not showing me anything, and it's still not showing me anything, Sean. I'm sorry, Sean. It didn't show, and this will probably be the only live I do today. Yeah. Well, when people donate to the page, I'll be back. So until then, love, peace, and hair grease.